Here's a name that just kind of gives you goosebumps because our coaches feel so good when they see their athletes, their ball players be successful, both as the athletes they had in school and as the men they become later on. But Raymond Korn is certainly a very, very special name to most of us in this room. Ray Korn was the director of athletics and baseball coach at Elizabeth High School from 1980 to 2009. During this time, he was also head coach at Roselle Catholic School from 1974 to 1979. He was a coach for a total of 34 years. Throughout the years, while coaching, 39 championships were won. 15 of his players were drafted, and his record was 652 to 309. That's something to talk about. Ray not only was a wonderful coach, but he was a publisher and knew his business. He was published 7 times in articles pertaining to pitcher biometrics, training, and game preparation. Ray Korn was given a large amount of awards in his career. In 1977, 83, 90, 2005, he received the ABCA District Coach of the Year Award and the New Jersey Coach of the Year Award. He was inducted into the new Hall of Fame, such as the Union County Baseball Hall of Fame in 1990, St. Leo University Athletic Hall of Fame 1991, and the New Jersey State Coaches Hall of Fame in 2002. He earned the New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association Service Award in 2001. Over the years, Ray has coached more than 20 major league players.
But when your grandparents and great-grandparents grew up in Elizabeth and you were born on Schiller Street and then they knocked down your house to build the turnpike, and it was an honor, actually, to just be able to coach at Elizabeth High School. And I kind of think where people say, wow, he was great, he did this. No, I was lucky. I got to coach at Elizabeth High School, the largest school in the United States at the time and the largest school in New Jersey. And I had great baseball players. They made me look good. You know, I mean, I'd never hit one, fielded one, threw one for them. They did it all. You know, so I really feel lucky and honored. Everything I've ever gotten in baseball was because I was hired by Abby West and Frank Ciccarell 40 years ago. It was the toughest day of my life. Was the last day when my last game coaching last year, when I had to leave that dugout for the last time. I didn't miss being an athletic director, and Bobby will tell you that you know, 106 teams and all the hours and weekends and holidays and things like that are difficult. But not being able to go out to Williams Field again and leaving that dugout for the last time, leaving the clubhouse and the locker room for the last time was a very difficult time. And that's why I moved to Charlotte this way, didn't have to take a look at it anymore, you know, and feel like I wanted to come back. But I'm very lucky, very fortunate, had great players. Was mentored by great people like Johnny Sampson, you know, and I remember my first year coaching with John, you know, and we were practicing and we'd play a game and said, Raymond, if we lose, just make sure we get a baseball from the other team if we're on the road. We need one for practice tomorrow, you know. But it was a time at Elizabeth when I coached when it was the time to be the coach at Elizabeth. The 80s and the 90s with Benny and Fire and Kaz and Jerry, and Jerry Nisavachi and you know, teams that were constantly in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 in the country in every sport. You know, it was a battle all the time. So if you lost 2 games that year, you were low man on the totem pole. Jerry's going 11-0, Benny's going 32-1, dedicated baseball. And I said, shit, if I lose 2 games, I said I'm left out of the party. You know, but it was a great time. We had great players. Al is here now, and Big Luther is here. And I'll give you one short story about Luther. You know, when I was younger, I used to come in, and my office was where the old weight room was. And I would come in at about 6:30 and try to work out. You know, we had a great old weight room there. Work out, then shower, and be at my desk by 8:15. Well, this one day I did the same thing, regular routine, and about 8:15 I hear a knock, knock, knock on the door. And so I open the door, and it's like, hey, Luther, how are you? You know, he says, Coach, I did a paper last night, but I didn't have time to type it up. said, can you type it? There were no computers at this time. So I drove on the thing, start typing around. I said, yeah, here, sit at my desk, I'll go type. I typed it up, gave it to Luther, turned around. That sucker ate my lunch. Ate my lunch, all I did is paper. I said, Luke, I said, Coach, I'm sorry, but I was hungry. Listen, Ben Candelier will tell you worse stories. He ate a whole loaf of bread one day. But anyway, I want to thank everybody. Thank Eddie, the committee, and everything for finally getting me in before I kicked the bucket. It was a great life being in Elizabeth, growing up in Elizabeth, coaching in Elizabeth. It always close to me, and I'll never forget that I am Elizabethan and will never change from the Minutemen. Thank you.